So Trump tried to buy Greenland, make it our 51st state, or I believe our 5th Commonwealth or colony, whatever they want to politically call it. Territory without any political rights, just representation without any electoral college votes, and their votes as citizens don't matter, even though they're technically and are American citizens. So it's crazy how that works. So I don't think Greenland wants that. They like it being an autonomous region of I believe Denmark, and so luckily I think the Prime Minister of Denmark said, luckily we don't live in a time where we can trade countries and people anymore, so that's good. So, and apparently Trump canceled his visit over her quote-unquote nasty comments. It's crazy. We're gonna figure. This is who our president is. You can if it's 2020 and you're still voting for him, you can no longer say he's an outsider. He is the biggest insider there is now. He is the president of the United States. Did he shake things up? You gotta ask yourself that. Did he do what you wanted him to do? And if he said yeah, and what did he really do? He really punished immigrants, and he really punished people with no money, no power, and he gave all that money and power. All that said money, he gave all the money and power to people with more money and more power than they ever needed. He gave them more money and power. So, if that's who you want to vote for, that's who you want to vote for, but you can no longer say, oh, he's an outsider, or he's shaking things up. So, and you gotta also ask yourself, how did he punishing people with no money and no power and giving more money and power to people with more money and more power helped you in any way? My biggest recommendation to beat the hate, for me, I got off social media. I got off really Facebook. My Instagram is very, very tight, very, very tight. I block people. I unfollow people constantly. Try to keep everything very small circle. I try to use my Instagram like I use my friends. Just keep it small. I don't use it to promote. I don't even post anything. So far, who knows? The habit grows. Yeah, man. You know me, guys. I'm pretty left leaning. Like, Bernie Sanders is my more conservative choice. I like Marianne Williamson. I like Andrew Yang, even though I still don't like his Medicare for all, like his lack of Medicare for all policy, which I believe his stance on Medicare. If he's not for universal health care, and like, bro, come on. You gotta tackle the military-industrial complex budget. I love Tulsi Gabbard. Her vote against the BDSM, not BD, boycott, divestment, and sanctions. Add an extra letter there. And her vote against that really just upset me. So even the ones I favor the most, I got some problems with, but I gotta see what the Greens are gonna do as well. Because I live in a far red state, but it might be changing because of our last state election. Ted Cruz, very Beto, only 100,000 people, about 100,000 votes. They did not switch, which is pretty close for a Texas-sized vote. But Beto thought it was a good idea to run, so let's vote for the guy that lost to the guy that lost to Donald Trump. Yeah, that's just, bro, what are you talking about? I think your wife's also a real estate mogul. Not mogul, a big real estate empress. I'm just kidding. Has investments in real estate. So, also, another candidate dropped out. I forgot his name, but he was the Washington State governor, Jay Inslee. Governor Inslee. So I don't know if I'm saying his first name right. Gary Inslee. I don't know. So, but he had a very good stance on on environment. Had a Green New Deal. I weirdly asked him a foreign policy question, and I get it, you're running as a presidential candidate, but really, you're not going to ask the policy he's most known for. Come on, come on, come on, come on, moderators. They know what they're doing, though. So it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So, yeah. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.